Just a minute. Just I'm saying.
Okay, I'm starting, sir. Okay.
Actually, sir, you have disabled the screen sharing, sir.
I'll give you the sharing, sir. I'll give you the sharing.
Yes, yes.
After 2 minutes. Let me introduce first. Okay. A very healthy morning to all of you. I, Sharad Salunki, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, SIRT Bhopal, along with Professor Rajan Mohare, welcomes you all on behalf of Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, SIRT, under the banner of this SAGE. Today we have with us Dr. Shatrughan Kumar on the topic of topic application of AI in electrical and electronics engineering. We welcome you, sir. About sir, Dr. Shatrughan Kumar is an experienced professor in the field of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and image processing, computer vision. Sir is working now currently as professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication, MITS College, Andhra Pradesh. Sir is a Manit alumnus and has over 15 years of teaching and research experience. Sir has published over 30 research papers in various peer-reviewed journals and international conferences. He is also a reviewer in many reputed research groups. I welcome you, sir, again in this event. So before starting the session, let's see a beautiful journey of the SAGE group with a short video clip. I welcome you all once again. So without much delay, I invite Dr. Shatrughan Kumar, sir, to enlighten us on the topic application of AI in electrical and electronics engineering. Over to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Sir, can I share my screen now?
Yes, sir, you can.
Okay, so the PPT is visible to you?
Yes, sir, fine. It is visible.
Okay. So, respected director, principal sir, head of the department, Professor Sarat, and my dear friend. It is an honor and privilege for me to invite there on a talk on application of artificial intelligence in electrical and electronics engineering. So, without doing much delay, I will share the outline of this presentation. So first I will introduce to what is artificial intelligence, and then some machine learning methods. Then I will explore the application of artificial intelligence in electrical and electronics engineering, and then some renowned algorithm in the machine learning. Then what is learning basically, and what is training, testing, validation. You can see that during the learning and how machine learns. Basically, I will emphasize on that. And then I will give, if the time remains, then I will give a demo on the supervised learning on MATLAB by taking any application like classification or regression, whatever the time will remain, then I will explore much and much. So let first, what is artificial intelligence? And before starting this talk, I want to say that this artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, all this area is not related to a single branch. It's a not monopoly of any computer science branch or IT branch or MCA branch. It's a general tool, and everyone should learn. Okay, whether they are they belonging from the MBA department, MCA department, electrical, mechanical. Okay, because where is the data? Then this tool can be easily applied, and whether they are technical or non-technical, all the persons should learn these tools. Okay, and programming is now become a part of this technical education. So earlier we are thinking that the core branches should not involve in such type of programming like C++, Python, or MATLAB, whatever. But I will suggest you include one or two programming language like C++, Python, MATLAB in your technical education, and learn these tools, because nowadays people are emphasizing on this, and it is now becoming a big market. Okay, in several industries. It may be the industry of education sector, or it may be some industry, maybe sport industry, maybe a home automation system, maybe electrical vehicle, maybe a other area of mechanical, okay, robotics. Okay, so everywhere this artificial intelligence, the application of artificial intelligence is there, and the main motive is just to use the resources, whether the energy resources, or use or what or make the human being to do their work in more easy way, in more efficient way. Okay, that this tool, that artificial intelligence is mandated to involve with mandated the application. So only because of this tool, you can see the e-commerce like Flipkart, Amazon, and several sectors has been growth in a tremendous way. Okay, their business has been growth. Even the field IoT is coming, it's full of artificial intelligence. Okay, so what is this? Actually, the artificial intelligence is to make the machine to copy the human intelligence behavior. Okay, so whatever our nearby machine or equipment or object is there. Okay, like suppose car. Initially, we are using exchanging the data, communicating the data over the internet. Now what? Nearby fan, car, okay, umbrella. Okay, so make it first connect it with the internet and make it as smart as it can help you to understand many things. Okay, so like we have a car. Earlier, it was not connected with any internet or not. We are not able to know the location where it is. We are not able to classify whether which traffic sign is there. We should lower our speed or not. Okay, or so many things are there. So what these things has been automated by integrating sensors, controllers, actuators. Okay, and due to this, what we are gaining, we are utilizing our resources efficiently. So, what main focus is to how to make a machine to learn that to copy the intelligence of human behavior. So, if it is going to copy the human understanding, then it can easily perform so many tasks. Okay. So it can help us to perform so many tasks where the data is very large. Okay. Suppose a traffic data is there. Okay. So in a traffic data, which lane has more traffic, how many vehicles are there, then how many four-wheeler, two-wheeler vehicles are there, is there any animal on the task. So for the human being, it is very difficult that 24/7 to monitor these things. But with the help of some software controllers, that become very feasible. So I will go to the next. What's a robot and what is the difference between other AI software or controller? Okay. So how it is different from robot? So robot is what it is made intelligent to do a particular task, a small task. Okay. Some sets of tasks. Okay. But where the artificial intelligence based, either you can say robot or any devices, they have a capability to take a new data and have a capability to make a decision and then to execute that particular task. Okay, so that decision making system initially was not in robot, and nowadays most of the robot is designed to do a particular specific task. But where when we will see some AI based robots, so they have a capability to make the decision and then do the work. So that type of decision making, rule based making output, that can be only possible when we involve the AI, machine learning, and deep learning methods inside that. So basically, why does AI matter? So it is estimated that about 13 trillion economic value worldwide by 2030 with the help of this AI. And beyond that, so many systems will be automated, and so many supported software and controller will come that will predict that can predict you when your machine will fail, will indicate you when you require maintenance in the health sectors, in the education sectors, in the patient monitoring system, and in the robotic system. So a lot of things are going to improve, and when you will study this over the internet, so many new things has been come. Okay, so basically, artificial intelligence is what some kind of simulated intelligent program that tries to mimic the human action, okay, or decision making. So artificial intelligence is a broad area in which both this technology like machine learning and deep learning comes. So what is again artificial intelligence is all about what, including all application related to your electrical, mechanical, or economics, management, every type of application it involves that based on this some kind of algorithm. So again, the machine learning. So it's a subset of artificial intelligence, and it is basically based on that if I have an object and I want to make I want to suppose I want to make a classifier that can classify whether it is mango or it's a banana. So what machine learning techniques do, it extracts some unique features. Okay, it extracts some unique features from the both object like apple and banana, and then it makes rule by training the machines, and then it decides that whenever the new sample stages is a feature extraction stage, and then they apply the neural network to make the decision uh, to to finally go for the conclusion. So this again, the deep learning is a set of machine learning. So in machine learning and deep learning, basically that deep learning has a automated characteristic to extract the features. Okay, and on the basis of that, it takes the decision. So basically, I am talking on you that how to classify, how to train a machine to make a decision whether this is a particular class of fruits, like it's a apple fruits or a banana fruits. So how to make the machine to learn that. Okay, whether it's a particular kind of object. So that is our main emphasis is learning, how any machine learns basically using this machine learning, deep learning or artificial intelligence methods. So and one thing remember that you are training the machine that you should classify whether it is apple or banana. So it will only work for that. It will classify apple and banana. If you put pineapple there or if you put grabs there, then it will not recognize. It will give you the fault out. Okay. So whenever you train the machine, then again it will do a specific task. If you have trained it for the apple and banana, it will give only the output that okay, some fruits you bring, like it will recognize, okay, it is apple, it is banana. But when you will bring it pineapple, it will not recognize. Okay. So remember that if you are training for some set of class, it will determine only that class. It will not determine that you have trained it for only two foods and it will recognize that it is different kind of food. That is not possible. Okay. So this one is the basic when you will try to uh, try to write any program on the artificial intelligence or machine learning. So remember that it's fact. So basically, what any artificial intelligence or machine learning and deep learning algorithm do. So basically, it do three types of. It gives you and it do three types of work. Basically, it do regression, it do classification, and it do clustering. Okay. So what is regression? What is classification? And what is clustering? See, very important point. It do three types of work. One is regression, one is classification, and one is clustering. So understand the basic difference in between them. Means classification is that part where you have to decide a class of whether a particular person is pass or fail.
So please unmute yourself.
Is my voice audible?
Yes, yes,
Everyone?
yes. Perfectly audible, sir.
Okay. So I was on the classification and regression. So, and what is clustering? So what I told you that the regression will give you a numeric value. Okay.
Chandru sir, I think
So
screen
if
share
you're
is off.
okay. No, now it is. Wait, sir.
Please share your screen.
Is it now?
Yes, sir. Visible. Fine.
Okay. Okay. So, what is learning? That learning is any process by which a system improves the performance from the experience. Okay. So, see here, I have discussed you what is the final goal. Final goal is basically classification, regression, and clustering. Classification means either you have to select whether he is passed or failed like that, or banana or apple or okay. And that regression is what it will give you the numeric value. Suppose the area is this, the size of the plot is this, the house has 2 BHK, then what will be the predicted price? So it is a price that will be reflected. So this kind of output you can get. And what is clustering? And that suppose any person who is purchasing mobile gadget or any person who is interested in purchasing jewelry, okay, or any person who is interested in purchasing sport clothes. So it will what? It will make a cluster of those groups, and accordingly that either this e-commerce website like Amazon or Flipkart will provide him the object or the items that you should select from that. Okay, it will provide that type of services too. So it will make first a cluster, and it will recognize the people that what is the interest. Okay, so accordingly that cluster, any service will be provided. So it club the data according to the similarity in a different cluster. So that is what clustering. So when we come to the learning, so learning is a process by which a system improves the performance from the experience. Okay, and when we will come to the general problem, what the general problem in machine learning? I will discuss the learning in detail. That basically 3 types of learning is there. That supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. So learning means I'm training the machine to recognize, to classify, or to perform a regression or to perform a clustering. Okay. So how I will train the classifier. So that is called learning. Means a training, giving training to the model. Okay, a machine learning model. Okay. So earlier, what was there? We have a data, we make some equation, then we get the answer. This was a classical program. Okay. Nowadays, what is happening? What happens is in the machine learning or artificial intelligence application, you have a data, you have input as well as you have output also, and the rule is generated by machine learning algorithm. So once the rule is generated, equation is generated, then if you give the new data, it will give you the answer. So what is happening here? We, while processing any AI or machine learning application, and when you are doing the supervised training or supervised training, so what is required there in this type of algorithm? Basically, the data input is there as well as the output is there. Okay, and with the help of training mechanism, process, like mostly we use gradient descent that of propagation to train the model. So basically, what we generate a rules. Okay, after learning from the past data experiences, what and that if the data is this, the output is this. If the data is this, the output is this, like that. So a rule is generated, and once the rule is generated, it is saved. And when the new data will will come, that rule will be applied, and you will get the answer. So this is a machine learning technique. Okay, that is different than the classical programming technique. So basically, we will see that there is three kind of learning basically. That is supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay. So what is supervised learning? So I will see the example. That supervised learning means what I told in a machine learning. In supervised learning, the input is there as well as the output is there. Okay. So you you take a cat, okay, and extract the feature of that. Okay, it extract the feature of that. Okay, what is the weight? What is the height? Okay, so and if these features belongs to a particular class, let's one. Okay, so but we have a label data means if first sample is a cat, then their respective output would be one. If the second sample is dog, then their respective output would be 0. Okay, so we have the labeled data. Okay, what is with the unsupervised learning? We have only the data. We don't have the output. So what there are some algorithms that find the hidden pattern and find all type of similar pattern and they club and make a cluster. Okay, so basically clustering application comes in the unsupervised learning. Means we have a data only, we have an algorithm. So what we have a model that is used to find the pattern which has a similar attitudes, characteristics, and the club and that make it. Okay, that make a cluster. And what is reinforcement learning? So reinforcement learning basically that uh, learn from the reward and punishment. So it does not have labeled data, means predefined output. The data is given. Suppose driver driverless or automatic driving car. Okay, so driverless car. So what if it will go and it will go through the various routes from your house to railway station, and after doing this process, after going through various routes, finally after 5 days or 10 days, it will select the shortest route with the traffic, with the less traffic. Okay, so this type of learning is called reinforcement learning. So if every time it will try to get the output, so it will what it will analyze itself whether that output has minimum error or not. Okay, then it will again try the alternative ways. Okay, and it will do the same thing. And finally, what is the suitable, what is the minimum error that trick or that technique will adopt, and it will recognize the data. So that is reinforcement learning. So you can see that supervision, no supervision, and in reinforcement also no supervision. You have data only, and you have to find, you have to choose the best uh, class for yourself. Okay, so basically, if you come to the application, popular algorithm in the machine learning or artificial intelligence. So for the supervised learning, so many algorithms are there, like linear regression, logistics, support vector machine, nearest neighbor, random forest. Okay, for unsupervised, k-mean, carry, c-mean. For reinforcement learning, q-learning, SARSA are there. So basically, when you see the area of this one, artificial intelligence, in a general and in the stream of electrical engineering. So artificial intelligence are using several sectors. Okay, it may be the field of biology or agriculture, image processing, energy, tumor detection, or predictive maintenance and forecasting, pattern recognition, load price forecasting, trading. Okay, several places it has been used. So many applications. Suppose you want to filter out, classify which is the real or useful mail or spam mail. Okay, so you can see here one application. Suppose you want to recognize whether you have written the text is 0, 1, 2, 3 belongs to which class. Here again, it's application of classification. Either belong to 0 or belong to 1. So it is recognizing in classes. You have written a text between 0 to 9 and it will be belonging to one class. So how robust it can detect the particular class is the work of machine learning. Then so many things like OCR input images, customer service, recommended article, DNA and protein sequence identification, so many. See in the electrical engineering where you can use it. So motion conditioning and speed control, real-time fault diagnosis like transmission line fault is there, bearing fault is there. You can use this artificial intelligence or neural network or machine learning tool there. Filtering out transient disturbance noise, detection of rotor, stator, internal faults, speed, torque, fluke position estimation, short circuit detection, hybrid power compensation. Here, what input is your load current, voltage, and what output will be the amplitude of each harmonic. So, hybrid power compensation. Then, load forecasting. So, today is the requirement of the city is this much at this voltage level, current level, and power requirement. So what will be the requirement of the power in the next day, that you can predict also. Okay, you can design a maximum power point tracking system. You can design a solar panel tracking system for wind and solar energy forecasting. So you can use it in electrical vehicles, so many things, because in electrical vehicle you will what see, there is a motor simply, there would be a motor, a battery. Okay, so that fully belongs to the other things are there like camera and motion detection, obstacle detection system are there, traffic light light classification is there, traffic sign classification is there, fuel indicator is there, tire air pressure indicator is there. So many things are there, but basically in the electrical vehicle, basically it's consists of heavy motor along with the battery. So many things regarding to motors, you can automatically judge the working, the maintenance, the current status of the motor. By you giving some inputs, you can judge it and you can alert to the user. Okay, so electrical vehicle, we'll see that. And suppose for the electrical vehicle, you want to design a battery that is indicating the power, how much power has remained after 1 hour or 2 hours. So SOC, state of charges, how you will find that? That if the voltage is this, current is this, and load is this, then after 3 hours, what will be the power? How much power will be the consumed, and what will be the percentage of power contained by the battery? Okay, so simple. This is the SOC equation where stored charge in the battery at particular time and divided by the total charge. And you take one example that if you have a 12-volt battery of a capacity of 500 Ah, initially fully charged, and you are supplying a load of 0.6 ohm, then after 3 hours, how much percentage of the battery will remain? So there is a simple formula that load current first you determine. So battery voltage is given, load resistance is given. So 20 ampere will be what? The current. So what will be the state of charge after 3 hours? The formula is SOC T minus 1. Initially it was 100%, then IT current by total charge into this voltage into time after 3 hours into percentage 100. So you will see that after 3 hours, the 88% of the battery will remain. So on the basis of load, you know the battery capacity and you know the full charge capacity. On the basis of load means if I am using 0.6 ohm, 0.7 ohm, 1 ohm, then after 3 hours, after 1 hour, what will be the power consumed by the battery, that you can simulate. So you have the input also, 12, and this current also, this load also. and you have an output also. If this, if 12 is there, 500 is there, 0.6 is there, 3 hours is there, my percentage will be 88. So in this way, if you have an input as well as output, so you train the model. Okay, till you train the model, then your machine will be perfect, and when you will give the load, then it will say you after 1 hour or after half hour what will be the percentage of your battery. Okay, so this is a simple battery. So many things you can find out the transient analysis, short circuited portion in the motor or battery. Okay, many things you can do in the electrical engineering. So basically, how we train the model? Okay, so basically, I will give you with the example of a neural network. Neural network is one of the tools that is used in the machine learning, and that is used for the classification, also for the regression purpose. Okay, and how this neural network classifies two classes, that I will tell you. So in a neural network, we have input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. So you will see that each input is multiplied by some weight, and it has been summed. It has been sent to activation function. It is decided whether it is apple. If it is apple, it will give you +1. If it is mango, it will give you -1. Suppose I am classifying two classes. So if it is incorrectly classified, then it sent the error towards the uh, towards the input towards the input direction. So where you are doing mistake, that output is not coming perfectly, because we know what will be the output. For the apple, the output will be 1. So data is level. If x1, x2, x3, x4, there are 4 features. Okay, and we know the output is 1. And if your model is giving output -1 and the actual output is 1, then there is an error. And then through the feedback path, there will be a correction. Where will be the correction? In the input feature, you can't do any correction. Once you have fixed the activation function, you can't change it. This summing junction is nothing. It is summing the input multiplied by the weight. So only the parameter you can adjust is the weight. So in this way, it adjusts the weight and remove the error. And whenever you will get the model output 1 and your actual output 1, then what will happen? That it will give you the correct classification. Okay, so with this, because of the time constraint, I am just I will close my presentation, and if you give me a chance, then I will explain you how does classification, regression, and clustering perform with the help of either MATLAB or Python. Okay, and how we can classify some classes, how we can use this tool in an electrical engineering application like fault diagnosis, or like speed DC motor speed control, okay, or transmission line fault detection, or maybe some application from the electrical vehicle. Okay, so Professor Sarath, I will now, if any queries, then you can ask.
Thank you, sir. Although the session was very crisp and clear, but if someone have any query about what sir has taught us, one can raise their hand, and then I'll unmute the participant, and he or she can ask the question. We can take 2 to 3 questions. I have one question in my WhatsApp chat box. If anyone have any query.
I will first tell you all that artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning is not confined to any branch. You must learn this. It's a general. Any arts or any other medical student can also learn this. And programming should be now the part of the legal education. Okay. So,
sir, one student from final year asked a question about the difference between the two unsupervised method, that is regression and unsupervised learning. मेरा
Okay.
कहना है कि ये बहुत कम क्लियर हो
हाँ,
पाता
हाँ.
है कई बार, और उसको और इलेबोरेट करके हम समझ सकते हैं किस तरीके से कि रिग्रेशन और अनसुपरवाइज में क्या डिफरेंस है, व्हाट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन, because both are
Supervised, you are asking about the supervised, unsupervised, or regression and classification. What you want to ask? Well,
the question is what is the basic difference between two unsupervised method, the unsupervised learning, and the other one is reinforcement learning, because both are
reinforcement.
unsupervised.
Okay. So we in unsupervised learning, suppose a condition that you are left to an island where you are not told that what you have given food or drink there. Okay, so what you will do, that you will try to search what I can eat. Okay, so you will make a group of that I can eat, that I can drink. Okay, so once you have fixed it, you will uh, always eat such set of food and always drink such set of drink. So it's you have made a cluster. But what will happen if the season changes? If it changes from winter to summer, so that food will be eliminated from the island. So that new food will be generated on the tree or nearby water. Okay. So again, what you will you will again try to learn what I can do. So here in unsupervised, if you have made the cluster, then you are confined to a particular cluster. You cannot change. But with the reinforcement, again, with the help of some set of rule, some rewards and some uh, punishment, you can learn a new set of foods and new set of drinks, and that you can use. So that is reinforcement and unsupervised. Okay. So in that unsupervised, when the cluster is formed, so it is very difficult then change the cluster. Okay, you are confined, you are restricted to a cluster. But with the reinforcement, you can adjust, you can update. Basically, after some error, you can update and you can form a new cluster like that.
Thank you, sir. Any other question?
Like your when you play the game. So see this game. So here, right hand side. So first time you fail, second time you fail, third time you fail. But that is punishment. You fail, that is punishment. And when you pass, then it's a reward. Then you again you try to find which one is the shortest path, an alternative path that reduces your time. Then again you train yourself and you give the better output. But not is in unsupervised learning. Okay, what I told you. Take example of that island I told you. If you make a cluster of food and drinks that you have to eat, and what will happen if the season changes? Okay, that fruits and drinks will not be available, and you have to adapt yourself. You have to search. Now it's it's going from summer to winter. Then which food will be available here and which I can eat? So you will adapt yourself. Okay, by some rewards or by some punishment. So in the feedback part, there is a rule in the reinforcement learning that make you to learn it in a more adaptive way as the data changes. So like that.
Okay, thank you, sir. It was such an enlightening session. I'm sure everybody enjoyed this session. I once again thank you, Shatrughan sir, for sparing his valuable time for us and sharing his thoughts on current and future trends and scenario and application of AI in electrical and electronics engineering. Thank you, sir. Sir, can you please turn off your sharing screen?
Okay, sir. Okay, thanks to everyone. So, Sarat sir, can I now log out from here?
No, sir. 5 more seconds. I'll just want to give you a gesture of appreciation and thank for your valuable time. The certificate. Please turn off your sharing screen.
Okay, sir, do fast, sir. I have Sound.
Okay, sir. Okay. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you,
It's
sir.
visible, sir.
This
Thank you, sir.
certificate is a
Thanks a lot.
token of respect for your valuable contribution in this age group. We will surely eager to have you again for future workshop in the AI field also. And thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thanks to every member, management of your college, of your institution. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir.